Welcome to another Game Nexus Mame review. Today we'll be looking at Contra, released in 1987 by Konami. Let's get right into this. This is the classic shooter that just about everybody knows. This game was released, as I just said, back in 1987. Of course, there were a ton of computer releases. In 1987, you got your ZX Spectrum, Amstrad CPC, Commodore 64, MS-DOS and MSX2 releases. Then in 1988 you got your Famicom system released in Japan, and then in 1990 you got your NES release in the USA. Most recently in the USA you got your Xbox Live Arcade release, which does actually enhance the game quite a bit. Makes it look much better in high definition, especially. But in the core, it's still the same great game. And I died there again. Let's take that guy out. He's always bothering me. Let's see if I can get him. The most known version of this game, of course, is the NES version, because most people, if they didn't have an arcade by them, they usually played it on the NES, and really the NES version was a really good version of this game. Okay, stage 2 is your vertical shooter here. You're just shooting from the bottom of the screen, which can be a little annoying at times, because you might press forward when you think you should, but then you get zapped by all those high-tension wires. You gotta basically shoot all the stuff in the back here while shooting the guys and while not getting caught by those rolly things. I still find it weird how these guys hop around. They look like some kind of frogs. For 1987, I do have to say that this game has great graphics. They just look really nice. Oh, here's the twirly fire gun. Now here's 3 of them we gotta take out. And all the guys wear the same uniforms in this game, although that was common for games way back when, for all the guys to wear the same clothes, because it was just easier making multiple sprites that were just all the same. And I think I got shot by those guys. I was gonna say I didn't press forward. Take out these things. Got that one. Now it's time to take on the boss. More or less, the Xbox 360 arcade version of this game looks practically identical, but it's just basically enhanced to look better in your HD resolutions, as I had mentioned. The only weird thing is in the 360 release, you'll notice how this is like this is a vertical game, so it isn't, doesn't have everything on the sides like your game would. But on the 360 release, they've actually put like this fire background on it, which doesn't really add anything for me. But I guess they just wanted to fill the screen just to make it look better. Although personally, I would be just happy with just the game in the middle. This game is really awesome with 2 players. If you can find a friend that'll play this game with you, I definitely recommend trying it out with 2 players. Of course, on the NES, this is one of the games that use the now infamous Konami code, which was up, up, down, down, left, right, BA or AB start, depending on the game. And that could get you various enhancements in the different games. It really depended on the game on what enhancements it could get you. I remember Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles: The Manhattan Project also had the Konami code functional, which you could get all kinds of stuff in that game, which was really nice. There's a bunch of other games. I'm sure everyone else knows more games than I do, and I wouldn't doubt I have a lot of the games that the code runs on. I have the NES version of this game. In the console releases, there actually was several more levels than there was in the arcade, but that's due to the 5th level being like extremely long, so they just basically broke it into a few more levels instead of having one big long level, which works fine in the one big long level works fine in the arcade, but it didn't translate too well over to console releases. Let's take this big thing out. One thing I noticed of arcade games back in the 80s is whenever you had a shooter, there was always something that just like shot out like 3 or 5 bolts at a time. There was always something like that. Let's take out this thing so it stops shooting me. I think I just have to take out the thing on the top. Of course it doesn't get helped by all the guys walking back and forth on the screen. Okay, that's taken out, so then I beat the level, and then he jumps into the middle of the thing. And now we're back to another vertical level. So let's try taking out these actuators here. More of the guys in the purple suits. Looks like this one we have to actually jump to get. But of course I get killed. At least we got infinite virtual quarters. I think I almost got it. Maybe. Or maybe not. And for some reason that was actually the end. But I highly recommend picking up Contra. Give it a play. It's a really awesome game. And it's definitely worth your time. Try grabbing it on the Xbox 360. They got a nice enhanced version on there, especially if you don't like mess with your PC much or emulators. The 360 version is really nice because you just play it right on your console, and you can play 2 players just as is shown right here. So yeah, definitely pick up this awesome game. Take a look. Try the NES version, maybe one of the PC versions. But Contra is just worth everybody playing. It is the shooter game that really put the shooter games on the map. So this has been another Game Nexus Mame review, and I will see you later.